Welcome to the Echo Sportscast number 9.
I'm Paul McLean.
And I'm Dave Dale. We have a championship game interviews after the girls' high school basketball finals between the Bears and Barons today, with the senior contest going into overtime.
We also have a feature on the Junior Lakers U15A girls team who won gold at North Bay's own tournament, celebrating 25 years of hockey in North Bay for girls.
We're also going to make an over-under prediction for the tomorrow's NOSSA showdown between Algonquin and the host Sault Ste. Marie champs, strong Korah Colts squad. You'll figure out what we're going to say about that game and our guesses later in the show here. And you're going to be able to catch the live YouTube sportscast of the game beaming out of the Soo on Saturday at 1 p.m. We're going to give you that the YouTube URL.
And in junior football action, we have the Barons scoring the game winner on a video and beating the Barons 8-0 to go undefeated this year for the NDA championship banner for junior.
What we don't have is who won the NOSSA Senior Boys Volleyball Championship in North Bay, because it's happening today, and we're recording this the day before. But I'm cheering for the Chippewa Ravens, the NDA champs, with 5 consecutive banners under their belt, and we have a little feature about that too.
And we've got so much more, but first we're going to hear from our sponsor, Voyageur Aviation.
Founded in 1968, Voyageur Aviation is a proud member of our community, providing worldwide aviation services from our headquarters right here in North Bay. If you're looking for a challenge, change, or want to expand your current career in aviation, Voyageur is hiring for a wide range of technical and non-technical roles, including pilots, aircraft maintenance personnel, corporate administration, machinists, supply chain professionals, and more. Be part of a workforce that is over 400 strong, supporting humanitarian, government, defense, and civil aviation operations around the world. For a career in aviation and beyond, learn more about open positions and career paths at voyav.com.
Today's Echo Sportscast starts off with the senior girls basketball final between the Algonquin Barons and the St. Joseph Scholar Hall Bears.
So the Barons won the first game last week, but it looked like the Bears wanted to tie the series with a win, and it almost happened, with Scholars number 12, Katie Maxwell, making a clutch free throw to go up 29-28 with just seconds remaining. Algonquin,
meanwhile, didn't want to travel to O'Brien Street for the Game 3 the next day, so with the late game heroics, it was delivered by number 11, Vanessa Zolak, who picked up the ball from a scramble near the top of the key. It was just a melee going on, and she was able to barely show that she was going to try to make the shot. And right before the buzzer, and she got fouled, so she was on the foul line after time was out, right?
Okay.
So it was really cool. You could just feel it in the tension there, and one of her teammates, who's also very much a big part of the team, Haleigh Hotte, she went over and she tried to calm her down. It was breathing, and it was all tense, and she made the first one.
And I mean, my daughters both went to go watch. Brooklyn is in grade 7 at Algonquin, and Rory's in grade 10 at Scholard. So Rory played on the team last year, but chose not to try out this year with hockey and stuff. But was happy to support some of her teammates and friends from last year. And Brooke was really excited to go see too. So it was, the parking lot was jammed. The gym was full, hosting 2 basketball championships that night.
Yeah.
So it was really busy and exciting.
It was back-to-back Scholard against Barons, and I believe there was actually 2 players from each team in the senior game that had just played together in the U15 Junior Girls Lakers, who got the championship, which we're featuring later.
And yeah, I know that's been, I can remember that with my girls too, rushing from hockey games to get to basketball games and trying to make that work.
And playing against teammates.
Teammates playing against teammates is, you really, that's so cool to watch that interaction, on the court before and after the game.
It's real congratulations. It's real condolences.
You're supporting them and you want them to do well, but you don't want them to do better than you.
Yeah, for sure.
Matt, that was a really exciting game. Some clutch shooting right at the end there. Tell me about the players that made it happen at the end.
So when we got to the end, Haleigh Hotte took over a little bit from the foul line, and she started pushing the ball. And Vanessa Zolak and Isabelle Berube, Hannah Rutledge, all those girls really picked it up at the end. And the thing is, we had our point guard go down in with 5 fouls. So it's just a testament to our team, the depth that we had this year, that Haleigh comes off the bench and scores 6 points in the last 4 minutes to give ourselves a championship. So it wasn't easy for her to come off at the start, so I want to give her a lot of credit for sticking with it, being a great teammate, and then coming in and always being ready to go. So good for her.
So what's next for your team?
So next we go to NOSSA this weekend. So we play Friday night. We'll get Audison, which is the Sudbury rep, and then White Pines will be representing the Sioux, and we're not sure who's coming out of North Shore yet. So we're on the bus Friday morning.
So what do you think of your chances?
We'll be competitive. We've played Audison once this year in the Ferris tournament, and we were able to sneak a win out there. So it'll be competitive with them. We've played the Sioux, we've beat them this year. We haven't seen the North Shore yet, but the thing is, those are all games were in September, so every team's come a long way, so everything's going to be like a new season once we get down there. So
last time I interviewed you with West Ferris, I just beat you by a slim margin, and you said that was good stuff to work on, and then you were able to eliminate them in the semifinals. What makes this team different than other teams you've had?
I think everyone just buys in. We talked about at the beginning of the year that we get better every day. So we want to be in close games at the beginning of the year so that when we get into these situations here at the end of the year, we're composed and we're able to pull it out at the end. And I think that showed tonight. We had played a lot of close games and we lost them in the first half of the season. So we were able to be composed and understand, calm ourselves down. We have a little bit of a mantra, never too high, never too low. And it worked out for us tonight. So I'm really proud of the girls.
Number 11 must have ice in her veins.
She does. You know what? I'm happy she made the first one because it made the second one a lot easier to watch. But yeah, and it's funny because we talk about it all year. It's going to come down to free throws. So last year when we got to a NOSSA final, we lost by 5 points, and that's 5 free throws. So we've really made a concerted effort this year in practice that we shoot 40 free throws each every practice. So we get down to these situations, we know how to make them, and we do them when we're tired. We run and then we shoot. So she was ready.
Congratulations on your win. That was an excellent game. How did it feel to be able to pull it out like that at the end?
It felt really good. I'm happy that my team and I could bring this victory. We deserve it. We worked really hard all season.
There's some clutch free throws at the end there that made a big difference. You got ice in your veins or what?
Yeah, I did. I was happy to make those.
Who on your team are special this year for you?
Who was special to me? I'd say Vanessa. Vanessa really helped me out, and I think we have good chemistry, so I'm proud of her.
What do you think you're going to be able to do in NOSSA with the team around you?
I think we'll make it pretty far. I think we have a good chance of possibly winning. So
the junior girls championship game between Scholard and the Barons wasn't as thrilling, but it was impressive because the Barons were down by 10 for most of the game, but they never quit. They never quit. And the girl that I interviewed the week prior when they won, Emerson Tuemi?
Yeah.
I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I think she scored like 15 points in the game. And I felt for her when she was doing three throws because she's so worn out from playing both sides, and she's a big part of the team. And one of her three throws was an air ball, right? Yeah. Because she was just fatigued.
Yeah. But I mean, it's amazing to watch, something that's so simple and practiced so much. It's impossible, I think, to really practice with that type of pressure to be on that line.
It brought me back to a really bad memory of my midget basketball. We were called midgets in grade 9, right? Yeah. And we were playing, and we had a terrible team. We were actually asked to leave the league. Nobody wanted to bother. We weren't worth traveling from Blizzard Valley to Cape Rawl to play. And nobody wanted us to even go to play them because it was just embarrassing. But so I'm playing like, I didn't care. I didn't even look at the score. I was like, right? And so I'm just crazy, but I'm tired. Yeah. And I finally get a foul to shoot in front of my own school. Yeah. And it might have been the only point we were going to get.
And trying to break the shutout.
Airball.
It's unbelievable when you watch it, whether it's at the university level or even, the professional level. Like those, you sit there and those are the easy points, but they're not as easy as they look.
No, there's a lot of pressure.
So let's go to the interviews with all three Bears coaches after completing the Revenge series and sweeping away the memories from last year when Algonquin upset them.
Hi, I'm Coach Carissa Messenger with the St. Joseph Scholar Hall Junior Bears. We're just here at Algonquin after a win over the Junior Algonquin team from 54-35. And we won the NDA banner. We couldn't be more proud of our team. We're off to NOSSA next. Really proud of the girls and the cohesiveness that they showed in tonight's game. It all came together. Really a wonderful group of girls to work with, and we couldn't be more proud.
Coach Erin Sally, so proud of our girls. We really looked to our leaders on the team. We had Ava, Jill, and B. They really came together at the end of the season. Everything looked good. They were leading the other girls on the team as well for this to all come together for a good NDA win. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Coach Christina Pavoni. We had a great group of girls this year. Like Miss Sally said here, that we had some great leaders on our team, but we also had a good group of grade 9s, our developmental players, who showed up every game, who worked hard at every practice, and it really showed off in this last game here. We got to take home the NDA banner, and we're super pumped. They played their game, and we're off to NOSSA now.
The girls really came in with a lot of heart this year, knowing how it hurt last year, kind of going to that defeat at the end. So they worked really hard, keeping the end goal in mind, always keeping their eye on the prize, and we couldn't be more proud walking out of that tonight with the win. I think we worked really hard on our defense come playoff time, where the girls were able to execute a lot more stronger defensive moves that led to a lot of more offensive opportunities in our game.
Oh yeah, we definitely focus on shooting at every practice. We implement the foul shots every single day. We have different types of shooting drills that we do. Defense is definitely what wins games, but shooting doesn't hurt. Beatrice, yeah, she's been really working hard on being able to work on her outside game, especially because of her size. So being able to utilize her on the outside and be able to see the bigs on the inside is what she's been working on this season. Okay, so now we're off to the Sioux for AAA NOSSA, and we're very excited to go and see our opponents up there.
All three of us coaches feel really privileged to be able to coach such a team of wonderful young ladies that worked as hard as the three of us did, and we all have been our city champs at one point. Christina with Algonquin, Erin with St. Joseph Scholar Hall, and me with Sault Ste. Marie at St. Basil's, coached by some excellent coaches as well in Northern Ontario. So we're happy to pass on that torch and kind of ignite some fire with our young athletes as well in the city.
For the senior boys volleyball, between the Dynasty of Chippewa against the upstart Franco City Patriots, we don't have their game-winning championship stuff because I wasn't there because it was in Sturgeon. They swept them on Monday. But I do have a little bit of video to show how powerful the team is, because I went to the first game on the Thursday to make sure, because I kind of knew that it was going to be decided. Right?
Well, and again, they're going to be going back to OFSA with hopes of repeating what the success they had last year when they hosted it. So this is quite a dynasty that's come together from a program at Chippewa that has consistently put out strong volleyball.
Do they have to win NOSSA to go to the OFSA, or are they?
They do. They didn't last year because they were hosting. Oh, right. But yeah, so they'll still need to take
they have
care
to win
of that
today.
step. Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty exciting. Hopefully they make it.
From the video we have from the first game in North Bay, they were clearly in a league above Franco, but it turns out that they had some fight left in them, and taking the first set in Game 2 in Sturgeon Falls on Monday before us is coming to the Juggernaut Ravens.
Yeah, that's a nice word, eh?
Yeah,
Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Today they're battling for NOSSA gold, as we said, and they're hoping to get some OFSA glory. I want to hear again from our interview from the first sportscast with Carter Thibodeau, the captain. I think we cut his interview short, so I want to hear him say again that this is their plan all through the season.
And I'm sure, from the time that ended last year, knowing what they are and who was coming back, they've been planning and working on that. So
So hopefully we don't jinx them.
No.
But good luck.
Yeah, good luck, guys. Bring it home.
What do you think your team's chances are this year going forward?
I think the expectation is OFSA. It's always the expectation. We've been the last couple of years, and there's no reason for it not to be again. We've got a lot of the same guys. So NDA is our first goal, so we're focusing on that right now. Go deep at NOSSA, win NOSSA, hopefully, and then try to go deep at OFSA, see what we can do.
What part of the game do you have to work on to make sure you get that far?
We need to dig in. So we need our pass first. We need to not let balls hit the floor. That's what we need to do. We can hang with any team in Ontario, but we need to not let balls hit the floor. We kind of sacrifice a little bit of height. Again, Torn Buse, our right side, he can hang with any left side, but we sacrifice a couple big blocks, so our motto is kind of don't let balls hit the floor, and that's going to be what we're going to strive to do.
And while I was at the girls basketball at Algonquin, the Scholar Bears junior volleyball team was winning its NBA championship by sweeping Chippewa, with the second game Monday going into 5 sets. That's been pretty exciting for the team and the coaches. And I don't mind ribbing Eric Bowman, coach of the Ravens, when I see him next.
Next up is the last of the NDA football video eye candy for the season, unless Algonquin's senior team qualified for OFSA, with the Scholar Bears Junior blanking the Barons 8-0 in a game that was 1-0 for most of 4 quarters. It was one of those Rouge kind of games with a missed field goal being bobbled out of the end zone. And on Rouge's, I know I had my daughters follow football because of my interest in football, and my oldest, Rory, got to meet Mike O'Shea. We'll talk about that a little later in our Grey Cup preview.
Yeah.
But so they're familiar with the NFL and the CFL, but the rules sometimes going back and forth, and we were trying to explain the whole Rouge thing to them, and it's a unique and interesting part of Canadian football. So the rule with it, like just trying to explain, obviously in Canadian football, the uprights are at the front of the end zone and you've got a longer end zone. So if you're able to kick a ball but you miss the field goal and the other team is not able to return it out of the end zone, or you kick it right through the end zone, you would get a point. Mm-hmm. And again, it's one of those unique things that actually I think a CFL game ended this season in a walk-off Rouge.
Yeah.
So that was, and that whenever that happens, that always gets picked up by American media and spread around like wildfire. Like, how did this team win a game by missing a field goal? But it's a very unique part of our game, and yeah, it's special and makes it.
Well,
different.
if you don't want to give up a point, you got to block it.
You got to,
right, and or get it
out of the end zone,
right?
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
Right? I don't mind it. It makes this a little bit more unique. Staying on the football track. Trojans alumnus Mason McGrisken, a fifth-year Bishop's quarterback and utility player this year. We interviewed him actually when he was in town last month. His team won the Loney Bowl, the Atlantic Conference of the U Sports on the weekend. And pretty cool, his former coach and teachers, Mark Robertson and his wife Erin, were in attendance and there to celebrate with him.
Our spotlight interview is with Laura Mady, who is a former Nipissing Lakers hockey player from the inaugural team. And we discuss all of her involvement with things like Hockey for Beginners, North Bay Baseball, and her husband Caleb, who's with the battalion, and making a home in North Bay.
Yeah,
in the new Wiffle Ball League, too.
Yeah, in the new Wiffle Ball League.
Discussing making a home in North Bay.
Well, speaking of homes, if somebody's looking for one, there's a real estate company that I think that they might want to consider, like Laframboise Realty. What a good executive group. They're one of our sponsors. Mm-hmm. I've bought and sold a couple houses now in the area, not with them, but I learned that you really need a good one, and you need a good team to really guide you in your purchase.
And I think, I noticed there was a time where there seemed to be a lot of do real estate yourself and talk about, you can do it. But, and again, I can speak to it too from buying a home. There's so many factors that go into it that you really do need somebody who understands the market, the challenges that you're not aware of. And so having somebody guide you and make those decisions, which can be some of the most important decisions and largest purchases anyone's ever going to make. So.
They got a full team. They're representatives. They got Matt Laframboise, Phil Sagan, and Adam Legros. And they're ready to help you through your buying and selling experience. They've been providing the service in North Bay area and community for over 17 years.
And I actually remember Phil from his time working with the Nipissing Wild football team. We did a lot with him through the store, and Phil was always great to work with.
Oh, I think I remember him. Yeah. And if you'd like to know more, check out their website, laframboiseteam.ca.
And let's go to our interview with Laura. We'd like to welcome today Laura Mady, formerly Laura McKenzie.
Yep.
Amazing person who's involved with so much in North Bay right now, helping us do running baseball, hockey for beginners, doing all the connected sports that we have at the running out of the store that we're trying to get involved in the town. But you're talking to an amazing young individual who moved up here to play for the Nipissing Lakers in first year.
First year,
part of the
2013, the
inaugural
team. Yep.
And then, found North Bay and made it home. And now here doing all these amazing things. So great person to talk to about the past Lakers, Junior Lakers tournament this weekend and all the stuff going on in sports.
Well, there's even more, not only in the inaugural team, but with the team that after 4 years, Darren Turcotte took them to the OUA finals, right?
Yep.
And after that, you went for your master's in Ottawa for sports management.
Correct. Yes.
Right
yeah.
Well, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Right on. First question, why?
Why?
Why are you here? Why did you play hockey? Why did you take sports management? What's with this?
That's a loaded question,
Oh, yeah.
Dave. Well, so when I was looking to go to universities, I think I just wanted to do something in physical education. I always wanted to be a teacher at that point. So Nipissing was on the radar, Laurentian was on the radar, and UFT was on the radar. And I think when I came up to visit Nipissing and Darren Turcotte, I had reached out to him. He was forming his inaugural team, so looking for 26 new players. When I first came to Nipissing, it was great, like very home feel. I come from Owen Sound, which is like a very small city as well, on the water. So that was kind of a draw coming to Nipissing. And of course, Darren, we hit it off right off the bat. He's a funny guy. We're still friends to this day.
Did you ever play against them in midget?
You know what? I think I did one time because it was when the Ice Bolts were wearing those silly yellow outfits. They had yellow socks, yellow pants, yellow jerseys, yellow helmet. And I'm like, who are these people?
There were the M&M jerseys that had the lightning bolts in the back. And I think they even had gloves that matched that year.
Oh, yeah. I have photos.
Yeah. And I think I remember seeing one in the Esso Cup. Like that was at my age. Like that was, it still is. Like that's amazing, amazing feat. So anyways, we sealed the deal on March break. I took physical and health education, of course. And then that was it. Came up 26 new players. I always think like I was like the bottom of the barrel. I think I was like the 25th, 26th pick. I always joke with them. And it was great. Our first year was wild, I think, to have 26 new girls at university. I don't think hockey was first on our minds a lot of the time. I think we won like maybe 5 games that year. And anyways, the next year he introduced the 48-hour rule, which I think helped us. So
48 hours to discuss anything, to
no socializing.
No socializing. It was honestly no drinking 48 hours before any hockey-related event. And that really improved our second season.
So how did you, we'll back it up even a bit more, like talk about getting started in hockey, because like for me, having my daughters play, like it was just normal, but even when you would have been starting, like it was developed, it was there, but still growing. So you had to move around a bit too for hockey.
Yeah. So I have an older brother. He's 6 years older than me, and he played hockey. So I think he was kind of who I looked up to. That's why I wanted to get into hockey. We're a very hockey-related family. My brother's name is Wendell, named after Wendell Clark. Yeah. So it was kind of like in my blood, like you're going to be learning to play hockey. So, and it was great. I think I started in Tyke. I did power skating for a couple years before, then Tyke, and always in boys. And this is in Wyerton. That's where I played my minor hockey. And then I think at around like Pee-wee, I started to get serious. I was the same size. I'm like 5'5". I was 5'5" in Pee-wee. So it really helped me. I was the biggest kid on the team, which is surprising because I'm not anywhere anymore. Close to the biggest kid
Maria
on
Domenico was the biggest on her team once in a while.
Exactly. There's funny photos where I'm just like huge, and I'm like, that's wild because it's not the case now. So then we moved, we didn't move, but I played for a team, Soggy Maitland. That was the AA program. I think they played out like Mildmay. This is like very farm town. So we traveled like an hour and a half to practices every week. It was quite a commitment. Thank you, Mom and Dad, because I don't know how they did that. So I played a couple of years there. I actually got cut in my Bantam AA team at the time, Bantam, and my first year midget AA team. So after my midget AA, after I got cut from there, I went to Orangeville and played for an A team. And we did really well. We won provincials that year. So I think that attracted some of the U22 teams at this time. It was PWHL when I was playing. So I played for the Barrie U22 team. And then that's kind of where Turk saw me. The U22 Barrie. Yeah, so I have been around. It was not just an easy journey for my hockey career.
This weekend, make your way to Casey's Restaurant in North Bay for an unforgettable get-together. Dive into our delicious appetizers and enjoy the best drafts in town. It's the perfect spot to unwind, catch up with friends, and savor great flavors. Don't miss out on the fun. Join us at Casey's for a weekend filled with good food, great drinks, and even better company.
Well, I don't know if everybody that's viewing realizes why we're wearing our jerseys, and Laura had the Noah Strong one on.
Yeah, so it is, as we're recording this, Jersey Day in North Bay, which part of the Noah Strong Foundation, and just an amazing initiative that's been put on by the Dugas family. And, you know, it's amazing to see the support for everything that's come from that foundation. And their ability to take, you know, such a tragic event and turn it into something that has been embraced by the entire city. And if you go around any school today, I know even my daughters were bringing extra jerseys because we have so many of them in our house for those kids that, you know, maybe don't play on a team or don't have one. And it's just it's a great initiative, and they're so you know, there's so much presence in town, and now it's amazing too as a hockey parent going around other cities and seeing people, and they're asking you about it, and you're able to share the story. And it's been a pleasure at the store to get to be a part of it. And I mean, I know you've covered it and seen lots of stuff too. So.
Well, that brought the community together at a very tragic time, and the good that comes from the foundation. I'm not clear on the specifics on where the money goes.
So there's bursaries.
Mm-hmm.
So as kids are graduating, I don't know how they do the time. Like, they're in so many places, but they're presenting bursaries, and kids who represent, you know, the sort of everything that was so amazing about Noah. I can just speak to it. Like, you know, I see so many kids come through the store, and he was just a kid who was always felt like he just had a way about him that you could talk to him as an adult that was very surprising. And more amazing too, I think, and this is something I've heard from parents, is how he treated other children. And it didn't have to be just his hockey teammates. So sometimes it was finding that kid in school who, you know, maybe didn't play on a, you know, travel sport or didn't play hockey at all, but always had time for kids. And yeah, he's really a special, and this is a special thing for North Bay. So happy to wear the jersey and proud to support the Noah Strong Foundation.
Right on. Yeah, that's a good story. A role model alive and a role model after passing.
Yeah, I mean, I get to your point too of like the money that the foundation brings in. It does go to support some other things. Obviously, organ donation was a huge part. After Noah passed, he was able to help 7 families and their children after. And I know
signing that form on your driver's license.
Yeah, sign that form like that. And I know they've done a great job of raising that awareness and brought you know, the area's overall level of people who sign organ donation on the back of their driver's license. I mean, you don't sign it anymore, but you sort of consent to it. Mm-hmm. And another part was, I think, in all of their travels going to Toronto for healthcare, trying to find places to stay, and, you know, the prolonged time and not knowing what to do. So they have a lot of support there, and it's just, you know, really, really amazing stuff.
Well, I know the family doesn't look for this type of promo, but I think people should, if you have a chance to go out for dinner, go to Eastside Mario's and support that business that supports the family that helps the community.
And if you're looking for any of the 7 and 1D merchandise that they have, the hats and the sweater that Laura's wearing, I know they've set up a shop at the former Tweedsmuir School over by West Ferris Arena.
At 176 Lakeshore.
Yeah, and so they're in there, and as well you can purchase stuff online, and those are all things. Again, we've been really fortunate to be a part of it at the store, helping them make that stuff and get it out, and it's grown so much that finding room in the store for it is hard. So they were able to move it out and set up their own little shop. And again, it's great.
So come on out to West Ferris.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, West Ferris. Pick up a hat on your way to Eastside Mario's.
Here's a further plug. Yeah. On Sunday at 4 o'clock, I'm emceeing a music and art gathering. It's called Chill Out. Yeah. And it's just a real casual thing, but they have an art auction going on. They have a gallery in the hallways where they have some amazing art. And I might tell a few political jokes or something like that. Maybe some sarcasm, right? You're going to have some sarcasm. So come out to that. Check out what they have at 176 Lakeshore on Sunday at 4 o'clock after the Santa Claus Parade, after the film festival.
After the battalion game.
You want to chill out.
Yeah.
You want to chill out.
It's busy Sunday.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of cool interviewing Laura. I remember when the team started, I was covering it through the Nugget, and I know I can find a photo I had of her as a McKenzie, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to look through my files. But that's a nice segue to what the Nipissing Lakers are doing now, right? Yeah.
So with our varsity feature comes from last Friday's Nipissing Lakers women's hockey game, a big 4-0 win over the Western Mustangs in front of a packed Memorial Gardens filled with girls hockey teams from across Ontario. And it was, again, the second year for this. It's an amazing event that was, I'm sure, for the girls on the ice, just unbelievable. Like, to play in front of a crowd that large. I'm sure that's the largest and most attended youth sports event, short of a football game. In the entire, across Canada. So
I was there taking video, and the shrill, and they just when they did the jumbotron thing there, and getting everybody to cheer, it hurt my ears.
Yeah, that is definitely the loudest I think I've ever heard that building. It was so cool, and it's been a really great effort from the Junior Lakers program, and Kiara Jeffries and Darren Tarcott obviously spending with lots of help from others to get that thing all together, but it's really makes that tournament special, and it's a great thing to offer, and it's amazing to see those kids.
Speaking of Jeffries, she coached the U18 to Ontario team to a championship recently.
Yeah, with another North Bay local, Joey Bukovich.
Oh.
So that was part of, I believe that's part of like Hockey Canada and then the OWHA selection process of how they start to identify the kids. It's really cool. So,
there's 6 degrees of
separation for everything.
Man.
Probably closer to 3, I think, in North Bay is how it feels.
Yeah. So Nipissing takes its 6-1 record on the road this weekend, taking on Guelph tonight and Brock on Saturday. You can see them on OUA TV. I was checking out the stats on the team website. Mallory Domenico and her line mate Abby Lunny, who I interviewed, they're leading with 10 points in 8 games.
And they are putting up goals. It's been a good production from the girls, and they hope to, let's see them keep rolling on Guelph and Brock this weekend.
It's your job to get Mallory in here for an interview. Any luck?
If I gave her a little more notice, I think we could have had her. She had to work when we were doing the interview, but she is. I'd like to get her out here soon, so I'll keep.
We want to promote she has a fundraiser of her own that. I think it's the Bears Den gas bar donates every time she gets a goal or a point, right? Yep. And this is the 3rd year I think she's doing it, or second, anyways.
I believe it's the 3rd year. So actually, Wolves Den, which now became
Wolves Den,
which just I believe switched over because now they've got the Tim Hortons and a Canco gas station. So
okay,
yeah. But no, it's a great initiative that she started, and thinking of some friends that she had that, and teammates that, passed away along the way, and trying to raise some awareness. So amazing to see that. It's great to see what comes out of young people so often we're quick to dismiss them, and there's some amazing kids. So the men's Lakers hockey team will have 2 games this weekend at Memorial Gardens against the Wilfrid Laurier Golden Hawks. The first one will be tonight at 7. Nipissing has been agonizingly close to wins all season, but continues in the close but no cigar streak. Most recently suffering an overtime loss against the Lakehead Thunderwolves, a 3-2 defeat in Thunder Bay last Saturday to go 2-9-1 on the season so far.
I was actually at the previous game and against RMC, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't stay long enough because I think I went to a football game after that or something, and it was a shootout. I missed out on a shootout win.
I got to watch it on OUA TV, so I tuned in to watch the final few minutes of the third, and then to catch the overtime and the shootout win. So that was nice for them to pick that up. And
so we got a little bit of some B-roll, and I'm hoping to check out their games this weekekend. I'm really hoping they get a win. I think they're only if you look at their goals against and goals for, it's so close.
It is,
so close.
and it's just such a tough schedule to start. Like they really, so that's the job for Mike McParland and the coaching staff to keep those kids, heads up and know that, the wins are going to come and that they're there, and don't get too caught up in what the record is right now, because they can make a big difference the rest of the way.
Well, good thing they're not playing the Laurier football team, because they're pretty dangerous.
I just saw that knocked out Western last weekend. So, it's Laurier.
Well, that's not – I can't say it's Dylan's alma mater because he didn't finish, but –
I can't say it's my alma mater because I didn't finish there either.
I do have a Laurier hoodie, though.
I had a Laurier hoodie. I definitely I spent 2 years there. It was a lot of fun. It's a great school. They really do care about their athletics, and Waterloo is a real party town. Even if more people go out from Laurier than Waterloo, and they probably have 5 times the population at Waterloo.
We have a great feature here. I was at the girls hockey tournament finals. We had a local team playing, and for their championship gold, the U15 Junior Lakers. They played Pickering. They won 3-0. I was really impressed. They were skating like the wind. That Pickering didn't have a chance. And they just rolled. And there's a twins on the team there that were really impressive. I got some video of them. The captain, Kaylee Bolton. I think I got her game-winning goal in the highlights, and I got her. I kept getting confused because I see their last name Bolton, and then it was coming up 3 because I think her sister's name's
Carly.
Yeah. Right. But so when I was going through the video clips, I was like number 5 Bolton, and then I was like number 3 Bolton, and like what's going on here?
So, and on top of that, my daughter played with them last year when they were U15 first year. My daughter was second year, and great kids, really hard workers. But you can't put K Bolton on the back because they're both the same. And I'll give a shout out to her older sister, Kyra Bolton, who played for me 2 years ago. Fantastic kid. She's playing U18 now, involved with lots of sports, and just a very busy, another great young person.
Who coaches that team?
So that's Dave Wilson is coaching that, and Dave and I have also coached together before when our daughters have played. And he's got a great team. They're really rolling this year. I believe that's actually their 3rd tournament win of the season so far.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So
I'm glad I was able to make it out for it, though. It was really cool hockey. I love hockey, and being able to be in between the 2 benches and to capture some video of them playing. I hope they like it.
When we had lots of North Bay teams that were, knocking on the door, a bunch of teams made it to the semifinals, but ultimately couldn't get there. But no, for that tournament, had kids aged U11 up to U18, from A down to house league, and it was fantastic to see all the teams participating and have our arenas full, our hotels full, the mall full, stores
celebrating
full.
25 years of girls hockey in North Bay.
Yeah, no, and it was a great way to do it, and that tournament is really, COVID obviously had such an effect on tournaments everywhere, and North Bay was no different, but I think they've come out of it much stronger than they even went into it. So it's a real testament to the work of everybody doing that, and it's a great tournament that they put on.
our next little feature is something we call the Grey Cup.
So I don't know. Do you have any Grey Cup plans for the weekend? Are you a Grey Cup party guy or?
Well, actually, I'm at that stupid art thing I just plugged. But that's from 4 to 8.
Okay.
And the game starts at 6. 6. And probably it's going to,
It'll go a little long with some introductions and stuff, and then the halftime show.
I'll be cheering.
So it's exciting. So you've got North Bay's Mike O'Shea in his 5th Grey Cup in a row.
Yeah.
Searching for Grey Cup win number 3 as a coach.
Wow.
And, Mike, we've talked about him on the show, I think, before. He's just an amazing, ambassador to North Bay. We've named a football field after him. And one of the things, I got to meet Mike with my daughter. It was a great experience going out there. But another thing that after the first Grey Cup win, and I'll never forget this, it got picked up by a lot of media, but he was, they were on the field after the parade in the stadium, and no one's looking, but somebody had a camera out, which always seems to happen. And there's Mike walking with his wife and picking garbage up off the field. Nobody knows he's doing it, but he's just a guy who's, making sure that, he left it better than he found it. And again, that doesn't necessarily say anything about the X's and O's.
I think it says something about North Bay too.
I think so, yeah. No, and then so now, and he's going to be trying to deny Ryan Hunter, North Bay product, from winning a cup for the Argos. And Ryan's really found a home playing guard and doing an amazing job for the Argos. So it's exciting to see.
I had the pleasure of interviewing Ryan a few times during his career.
Yeah.
When he was, I actually have a photo of him when he was in junior football with the Algonquin Barons.
Yeah.
Right? And I saw him playing goalie for the East Nipissing Vipers at one point.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. His mom's great, and the parents great.
Yep.
A good family, and really nice to be able to see him grow into this role and this career that he has.
Yeah.
Who are you picking, Toronto or Winnipeg?
Oh man, that is a tough one here, because I really do feel tied to both. I was, for whatever reason, loved the Argos as a kid too. I think it's the double blue. Which I love on the jerseys that we're wearing too. So. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like a real fence sitter here.
I think in Winnipeg wear some blue too.
Yeah, that's true. They got some nice unis. It's, you know what? The Grey Cup, I think, has been, there was a time when the Super Bowls were always blowouts and the Grey Cups were the great games. But the Grey Cups too, like right down to the wire the last couple years with it. Like every time Winnipeg seems to be in a final, it's a real
you got to work for
barn burner. So like that first Super Bowl year was first Grey Cup year for them was the year that my daughter and I went out. So we got to see them a little bit earlier that season, and that's when she fell in love with the Blue Bombers.
And where are you watching?
I think I might maybe buy some KFC or something and have my own little Grey Cup party at the house.
You're going to have a cheap meal?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, why not?
Yeah,
right?
a little day to just kind of enjoy it. And I don't think it's got the same in Canada that maybe it used to. But again, it's an amazing game. It's a great night to watch some good football. So if you haven't been watching the CFL this year, make sure you tune in and watch that game and cheer on some North Bay talent.
I didn't hear who you were picking.
Okay, I'm going to go out. Ryan, I think you got more years to bring home a Grey Cup, so I'm going to go with Mike. I want Mike to get one more. I just think that this whole dynasty thing has been unbelievable to watch for the Bombers, and really happy for Mike. So,
well, I was born in Toronto, so I'm going to take the Argos. Right?
Okay.
And I don't know. Maybe you'll have to. We'll bet a coffee.
We'll bet a coffee on it. Sounds good.
Yeah,
all right,
for sure. But with that particular prediction, we also need to have one for the Algonquin Barons playing Korah on Saturday. Yep. And I've watched video of the Korah team. I'm very familiar with their little strong running back who just blowing teams away.
Yep.
But I saw Algonquin's defense, and I know what they're made of.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, and this is what I'm going to predict, that it's not going to be a blowout. And I think the game's going to come down to the wire, and that's going to be within a touchdown.
Well, we've talked about Algonquin all year and all the preparation from that training camp that starts in August when they get going. And we know they've been planning since last year. So I think you're onto something there. Hopefully, I haven't seen what the weather's going to look like.
Algonquin's going to upset Korah.
That's what
I've
we want
said
to
it
see.
here first.
Okay,
yeah,
and I'll second it. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see that team and all their preparation go in, and I'll make for a great bus ride home for them.
I was watching Ryan Debian, the coach, during the basketball, and big guy. He's sweeping the floor in between the halves, right?
And that speaks, I think, again, back to like the pride of Algonquin and everybody's pulling together.
All hands on deck. Yeah. So that's what it's going to take, and good luck to the Barons.
Yeah, go get it, guys.
Well, that wraps up what we have here for our Ninth Echo Sportscast.
I'm Paul McLean.
And I'm Dave Dale. Thank you very much for liking, sharing, and helping us get more views, because that helps our sponsors, and that's what pays for what you're seeing. Have a good day.
North Bay Echo is proud to partner with Twiggs Coffee Roasters, a part of the community since 1995. Twiggs offers a wide selection of quality beans, fresh roasted in-house every day. Find your favorite specialty drinks at our espresso bar, rejuvenate with freshly squeezed juice, or treat yourself to mouth-watering selections from our gourmet deli. And don't forget our irresistible fresh baked goods, including uncompromising gluten-free options. Twiggs has 5 locations to serve you, from North Bay to Sturgeon Falls to Sudbury. Order online for pickup at twigs.ca. And coming soon, you'll be able to order fresh roasted coffee beans direct to your doorstep from our distribution center in North Bay.